Alan, you know how we do.
Blessings.
Benjimite Tweeta Bird. Welcome, Brethren. How you doing?
It's a blessing, man. Greetings in the name of the Most High Power. I am that I am through His Son Christ and the Holy Spirit. Blessings.
Yes. Benjimite Tweeta Bird. You know, it's a pleasure having you here, King. And you know, I've seen you perform a couple of times, and from the first time, you know.
Yeah, man.
I met that link, you know. First, I want to officially welcome you to Zionhighness Radio, and also let you know we're streaming live on Rock the Box Radio from out of Florida. We have People's Choice Radio up in New York, Island Beach Radio from out of Canada. Over in the UK, we have One Harmony Radio, we have VRL Radio, and we also have TGM Radio tuning in. You know, so Tweeta, before we kick off, I just wanted to just officially big up all the massive.
Yeah, man. I want to give a shout out to all my people I'm here in Maryland. I want to give a shout out to Monsoon. I want to give a shout out to Miss Elaine. I want to give a shout out to my gathering, the GOCC DMV. And we just want to yell up everyone, you know, in the dancehall who have promoted our music, you know what I'm saying, throughout the years and been here with us, and the fans who are supporting it. So just want to bless them all.
Yes, much respect. No, Tweeta Bird, you know, and here in Zion, it's like one of the things, we hear the music, but we also appreciate the process behind the music, and for every musicians, you know, we are aware that we're hearing a product now that takes time to get. It's not something that just happen overnight, like you just get up one day and go into the studio and that's it. So we like for someone take a walk with you through your musical journey, you know, even like we said, from J.A., from the idea and me. You know, so when we hear Tweeta Bird music, we can have more of an appreciation. You know, we know what goes into it and the inspiration and all of that. So I guess the best place to start, tell us about you and music, you know, growing up as a youth.
Yeah, give thanks. I started off singing as a very young age, around 7 or 8. My two sisters, they used to listen to the R&B music, and they always record them on the cassette. And they would always write them out and sing them in the house. So I was the type of boy who would stay home most of the time. So when my sisters would rehearse and stuff, I would sing with them. And during the process of me singing with them, people in the community heard me singing. I was like, you have a voice, you can sing. And every time we'd have an event, a birthday or anything, they would always want me to sing. And I was very shy growing up. So whenever they try to get me to sing, I would actually run. And that's where the name Bird came about. Like when you get too close to a bird, it will fly. So it became a pattern. Every time some music played, they wanted me to sing. So every time I walk by, they said, Bird, come, I just start running. And then from there, I started going to the church. And in the church, we have this thing every year where we'll go on stage and sing, and they'll pay money to take you off, and then somebody will pay money to put you back. And from there, we started singing in there. And then in the school, in middle school, we do like the school plays. I would sing in those until they start having me singing into the community on stage shows that they will have in the community. They start putting me on there. And from there, we started listening to the music. And to tell you the truth, I never wanted to be a part of music, you know. But when I look at the amount of respect that came with it and people, you know, pushing me and say, boy, you have a good voice, you need to do it, you need to go out there and push it. Then we started doing it. So I started singing in my community and on the song called Rolex, and they recorded a cassette with me singing about 24 songs, and that cassette got copied by so many people until a friend of mine called Reggie Stepper, who was an artist, you're probably familiar with his name, Reggie Stepper. He took my cassette to one of his classmates who was about to start music. And the guy heard the CD, the cassette, and he said he wanted all the songs. I think it was about 23 songs, and he said he wanted all the songs. So I got signed to a record company in Paris called Lord Zelko. And I was working with Piper from there, who was doing music. We signed for about 3 years. And then I started going out in the country, singing on sound system, on top of the boxes, on top of the truck, you know, from back in those days, you know, traveling and from back. And then with Reggie Stepper, he had a tour And at the time, he decided he wanted to take me on a tour with him, so I got to travel to like Paris, England, and the small islands in the Bahamas, and just get a taste of what it is like. And from there, I was like, yeah, I like this. I definitely want to do this. And then
Yes.
we're doing music in Jamaica, and then we migrated to the States, and we came here on our Rasta vibes. We was pushing that in the scene for a while, and then from there I started going into the dance hall, and that kind of took me away from the conscious music, and I'm in the dance hall doing dance hall music and not feeling the dance hall after a while, reflecting on everything I see going on around me and so many questions. I took myself away from the dance hall and started to do more research and reading the Bible and getting more understanding of why our people go through we go through, and why the earth is in the situation, and
Yeah.
that brought me to where I'm at today with the conscious music that I'm pushing today. So
Right. Right.
that's just a broad overview of.
Yeah, a quick over. So we're going to get more in detail about that. Now, we understand going to Jamaica and you're in the church, and I know that thing where is like when they have that program where the church are trying to make money and thing, and you go up and you sing, and if somebody it's kind of that thing, and somebody say, all right, them no one hear no more, and somebody say, nah, man, no, I'm bring them back up. But
Yes, yes.
with this, you spoke about being shy, and during all this, where did that shyness kind of come out to where you even have the confidence to get up and sing in front of a lot of people? Where did you notice that transition, or that, I guess, that joy of singing?
Well, to tell you the truth, it has always been a struggle. I don't know if many artists probably go through the same thing for me, but the shy part of me, I was a very reserved child. I'm cool with people I grow with, but I was very reserved when it comes to a open crowd. I didn't like too much attention. That was one of the main thing. And I think the stage was putting me too much in the public eyes. But every time before I go on stage, I would have I almost want to have a heart attack, to be honest. So I would always take like 10 minutes for myself, just humble myself and get myself centered before I go on stage. And I was actually shy for a minute until when the Most High called me into this direction and I started to do this music. I was actually pushed by the Spirit of the Most High to the point where shyness just disappeared, because it's like we have a bigger work to do now, and I think that's what actually pushed it. Because to be honest, I watched some videos with myself recently, and I watch it, and I'm very impressed
Yes, yes.
of myself looking back how no reserve I was. So I can say today it's the power of the Most High that motivate me to be so bold with what I do.
Yeah. No, you talk about doing that tape even before you started to record. You talk about doing the tape with Reggie Stepper.
Yes.
No, when you did this, were you doing covers of other songs, or you were writing also at that time?
I'm glad you asked that. These songs were original songs, because in the 80s, Pinchers was one of the hottest singer, and I pretty much patterned Pinchers for most of my life. And we've been on tour together in the UK, and by hanging out with him for a month, I saw how much he just sing and constantly writing music. And I idolized him so much till I picked up the habit. And one day he came to me and he said to me, he heard me doing a cover song, and he said, no, Tweeta Bird, go back to the original songs. And that stuck with me the whole time. And then because I had so much to express, because you see, as I said, I was so reserved. I had so much to say, and music was a way for me to express that. And that's why I end up doing mostly original song as a form of expression. You know.
Okay, all right. So that was where, I mean, were you doing any writing before? Because the reason